Another week in the yard, another mess of various jobs half complete.
They're really good for vlogging, you can hear exactly what I'm saying.
Attacking so many jobs at once, we peel back more and more of the layers of this neglected boat.
I'm performing surgery in here.
The jobs keep piling up, and to be honest, we couldn't be more happy about it. Enjoying every moment of this refit while learning along the way makes for a great adventure. We can't wait to have our home perfect for when we splash next year. So today I am trying to move our Autopilot ram or drive, however you want to call it. This was sitting on this bracket here, and you can see how much it protrudes over the level of the bed, and this is not normal. This has been an added thing. The original Marmaroos, I believe, had the ram below the bed, and the Autopilot could operate and you could have a full-blown bed in this room. So that's why I'm pulling out this drive today, and I'm just attempting to remove this bracket, and we're going to maybe make a new one or try and figure out a way for this drive to lie on its side instead of lying upright. That's kind of the idea.
Piece.
It's very light.
Is it?
Yeah. Okay, so after quite a little bit of tweaking around and customizations, I think I found a good spot for the Autopilot drive. I have reinstalled the rudder stock turning brackets, I guess you'd call them. So according to the installation instructions of the drive unit, while the rudder is basically straight, you want to have the drive unit half of its distance out. So this is the rudder stock, and right now, as you can see, it's pointed forward and backward, basically meaning that the rudder is in a neutral position. It's not to the right, it's not to the left, it's completely neutral. So this is our drive unit, and this length here should be half its extension. So it can use the other half of its extension to go out here, and it can use the other half of the extension to come back and turn the rudder stock to the right and to the left. Obviously you can see a screwdriver here, and this bolt's quite small. This is just temporary. We're just doing testing to figure out where exactly we put this. Slightly go one way, whatever way you want.
Starting out. So,
Slowly. With Isabel turning the steering wheel, we started testing to make sure everything looked great for the position of the Autopilot drive. Yeah, that's hard lock there, yeah? Yeah, don't go. No, don't go. No. Go back the other way.
Well, that's strange if I can continue, isn't it?
Yeah, I need to do a few things down here.
Well, that's hard lock.
Good. That looks really good, darling. Go back the other way faster. So basically I did a quick test. I just wanted to hold where I think the mounting bracket's going to go for this drive unit, and I want to make sure that as you go to the polars of left and the polar of right, that it doesn't really affect where it would be mounted, and it looks really good so far. I'm quite happy with it. What do you think, baby?
I was the steerer. I didn't do a very good job because we didn't go left or right.
Good morning to you guys. This morning I've had a bit of a win so far. I have taken off the hoses for all the toilets, and also there's, I believe it's an anchor wash kind of pump up the front of the boat, and I have them now soaking in acid. They are really crusty, really like thick, full of calcium buildup and sea life, and it's really bad. As you bend them, they kind of crack, and it's not good. So I'll just show you where I took those out of. So one came off just there, and it went to the toilet in there. That's where the other one came off, and it went to the toilet just behind that cabinet right there. And so there's all the hoses in my bucket of acid. So I'm just going to leave those hoses in that bucket full of acid for the next couple of weeks. It will slowly wear down all the calcium buildup, all the sea life in those hoses, and by the time they're finished we should have brand new hoses, which is going to save a lot of money. As far as I don't want to replace hoses, it's a costly endeavor. So if we can save money, I've already got the acid. Happy days, it's a no-brainer. Hello, baby.
Hello.
What are you doing?
I was gonna tackle this drug closet that we have. We don't really know what we have in here, and it's just filling up the whole closet. So I thought, yeah, see what we have, see what we want to keep, and then see what we want to donate.
Beautiful. So I've just got an order in from, we've got this kind of like a Amazon of Asia, it's called Shopee, and we just got this order in just today. I've got sandpapering discs. I got a few nuts and bolts that I needed to attach my sandpaper discs onto my polisher. I'm going to be doing a bit of sanding under the hull using my orbitable polisher. It's probably not the right tool for the job, but I'm going to give it a go and see if it works. I can stick the sandpaper discs on here. It's a bit heavier than a normal sander, but I might get away with it, we'll see. Also, whenever you're sandpapering anti-foul, which is extremely toxic, this also came in, so you want
One of these, and as you can see, they're really good for vlogging. You can hear exactly what I'm saying.
But anyway, that's going to help my lungs stay healthy, and hopefully I'll live to a ripe old age.
Hello guys.
How are you?
Them or me?
Everybody.
Everybody. Well, I can only speak for myself.
How are
I
you,
am
Isabel?
fairly well this morning. How are you, Kieran?
Killing it. Loving life.
I cleaned out the medical supplies yesterday. So we have a lot of boxes which are free. I might clean those and find a proper space to put those. There's so many small jobs here and there. You walk 1 meter and then you find one, so there's a lot of things that you can do.
Yesterday I dived into the steering system. I knew the steering system wasn't great, but it is quite shocking when I actually took a closer look at it. I'm going to be doing some sanding today in preparation for anti-fouling. We're not going to be doing anti-fouling anytime soon, but I just want to get the whole boat sanded down to a fine, nice looking kind of finish so I can apply the paint later on.
Ooh, and hopefully, all the fingers crossed, all of them. You got one more hand.
You got more fingers.
The fiberglass will come today. That will be amazing. You're just looking at me like so skeptical. I really, really hope he comes today. The scaffold is up, so really, really waiting for him to come.
We'll give some background story there. We've been waiting for this fiberglasser to start for some weeks now. He took 2 weeks to quote the job, and it's been another week after that to just, I don't know, get around to getting scaffold up. Yesterday was Monday and it was raining, so he came around and said, I'm not going to start today. Today it's not raining, so we're hoping finally he's going to start. We're so excited about this happening because the water stops coming into the boat, which we've been really frustrated about.
No,
we have the aircon running 24/7. We have to scoop water out of the boat. We're trying to patch up all the holes on top with tarps and whatnot, but unfortunately we just haven't managed to stop all the leaks. So let's show you some of these stuff.
So these are things that we won't use. Syringes, I don't want to use that. So there's a lot of things here. I have been talking to a few hospitals see what happens. If they don't want it, then I'm gonna give it to the marina here, and hopefully they can distribute it somehow. So this is the first aid kit which we are gonna keep. Things that I found valuable, necessary things which hopefully we'll never use, but it's always good to have there.
Okay, so basically we're in our stern cabin at the moment, and we have our 2 steering cables which come back to our rudder stock and control it. We noticed when we were coming here that the reverse was really bad. We would try and reverse and move the position of the rudder from one position to the other position, and the whole steering system would like jerk really strongly. So that, after further investigation, is because of these supports. So each cable has a support on it, and these supports are screwed into the bulkhead. Now, these supports have been destroyed for some time now. Much before we got the boat, I believe the previous owner or someone has actually put cable ties on it to try and aid it in some way, but these need to be replaced. They need to be fixed or replaced. We can't go to sea with the steering cables, a very important part of the boat, in this condition. So I've made contact to the original company that made these steering cables, and we are waiting back for an answer. How are you? With our fiberglasser finally arrived, it was time for repairs to start on our deck. Can I put it down?
Yeah, because we need to be
got under your skin. All in. You got the white knuckles holding on it tight, keeping your feelings bottled up inside. Heading for collision in the night. To really live, you gotta die.
G'day guys. This morning, as you can hear in the background, the fiberglasser has started work, which is quite good. We're very happy to finally see the hatch being reconstructed and getting that back to 100%. I'm also making a serious amount of mess. I'm trying to clean up the boat as much as I can. There is just so much junk. I can't think of a better word for it. It might have been necessary for the previous owners to have all this, but for me it feels just like a whole bunch of stuff that's piled up over years and years, and nobody's ever cleaned anything, and yeah, I'm just giving it a real crack. It's really time consuming, and everything needs cleaning. It's like buying an apartment that somebody's just lived in and then just left. You know, normally when you're buying a house, it's clean, you know, it's immaculate, they've done a cleaning job on it, but ours is just, it's a big mess.
I got my surgical gloves on. I'm performing surgery in here. So I told you yesterday I started with the mold in our master bedroom and in the hallway. Now I'm gonna continue in the kitchen. It's going well. We still don't have white vinegar, which I really prefer. So we're gonna order that in, but I'm tackling it slow but steady. It is kind of hard because I kind of need to clean the wood as well because it has some mold buildup. So I'm cleaning that, and then somebody behind the camera goes with their dirty fingers touching everything.
What? Who's that?
But yeah, we're I mean, look around. It's just a mess, but we're getting there. We're getting there, I think.
It is a warm old day today, not much wind going on. Isabel is up at the apartment editing, and I have been given the responsibility of taking off the wall paper, I guess you'd call it. Basically we have this kind of like a wallpaper, or I guess you could almost call it a carpet kind of thing, that kind of lines the side of the wall. This lining has been really water damaged. It's not looking very good at all. We actually need to pull it off to inspect behind the lining to make sure there's no fiberglass damage. It is on the side where we got hit, so I'm about to do that right now. Let's see what we find, shall we? So I just peeled away one layer, the blue layer as you saw, and then I peeled away a second layer. So I believe the second layer was the original kind of layer. It's the same stuff as the roof and the walls everywhere else, but for some reason somebody has glued on a blue carpet layer on top of the original. Don't know why, don't really care. I took them both off and now I'm down to the fiberglass. I've vacuumed the fiberglass of all the fibers. There's these little fibers behind the carpet and they're really annoying. So they've all been vacuumed and the thing's looking really nice. Now Isabel and I have to choose some kind of new fabric, hopefully as close to the old fabric as we can find. And then we have a beautiful looking room again. I peeled the stickers off the stern of the boat, so we're renaming the boat and we've removed the old stickers. The problem is the stickers have left this like plastic residue. I have to clean it up real spotless before we put the new stickers back on, and we want to give the whole hull a bit of a polish as well. So the way I'm cleaning up this residue off the stickers is I'm putting acetone on a little bit of a rag, and I'm really just kind of giving it a fine wipe with the rag. I don't want to use copious amounts of acetone on the gel coat. I'm not sure how the gel coat would react to it, so I'm just using as little as possible and washing it off as I go. And the job has been complete a couple hours later. It was a little bit tedious with just acetone and a rag, but it's come out very nicely. I did Google whether acetone was okay to use on a gel coat, and everything pointed towards yes, it's okay to use. It's just not good to like leave it in a liquid form on the gel coat. It could burn it eventually. But as I went, I dried it and it's turned out immaculate. Okay, so today has been a bit of a relaxing day, but it's Saturday, of course. The fiberglasser is working today and he's just sent me some videos on my phone of the repairs of the fiberglass work being done. They're opening up some of the holes that are remaining on the top of the deck. So I'm just heading over there now to check out his work and film it a little bit and say hello. So come for a little stroll. So there is a reason we're using professional fiberglasses. I would try it myself, but I have very little experience in this field. I want to get this right. I want this vessel to be in as pristine condition as it can be. These have a extremely great reputation, the Amel Super Marmaroos, and I want to bring it back to basically as good as it can get. And if I was to do it myself, I know for sure that I'm going to make a mess of it and it's going to look ugly as hell. So I'm kind of watching these guys as they're doing it and kind of seeing exactly how it's done to try and learn as much as I can. But just regarding the deck, which is like very visible, we want it to be beautiful again.